Hey guys, brand new Whiskey River Trading. So we are launching our first auction. Goes live for bidding on Friday. Today, Labor Day, you are able to register to bid and put in pre-bids. This is the first of the Whiskey River auctions, and I'm super excited. Dalton has been working super hard to get this off the ground, and we've got some collections that we're offering on there. This first one is going to be 22 axes. And I wanted to do a preview video for you. I'm going to try to do a preview video for every single auction beforehand, so that way you guys kind of know more about what you're bidding on. The product photographs are very detailed, and also the descriptions are written, unlike other auction sites in which we struggle with, right? Everybody's bid on equipment or tools online and been like, I'm not sure if that's exactly what I'm bidding on, so we're trying to change that, especially with the tools. So we'll see where this goes. Auction number one, here we go. This is the lot. I've got a bunch of axes in front of me. I'm gonna go through every single one of them and just talk about it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So first one to the left is this brush axe, this True Temper Kelly brush axe on an original handle. There's actually a label here that says Bloods, and remnants of a label that says Bloods. Kelly Works, Charleston, West Virginia. This thing's been used, it's been sharpened. It's pretty cool, the welding. You can see the welding process, forge welded, I guess. Original paint. So this thing's in really, really good shape. This handle's got a couple dings in it, but there's no cracks, and I wouldn't hesitate to take this out and start beating brush. So yep. Here's our 4-pound double. This is a True Temper Flint Edge Kelly Works 4-pound, stamped 4 right on the head there. It's got very long bits. I think this is overall length is 11 inches. So I don't know what pattern this is specifically, but it's on a 36-inch handle. Handle's in really good shape. The head's been polished, and it is hung tight with 2-step wedges. This is in really good shape. Both bits are the same size, which is uncommon for double bits, especially of this era, because one side got used more than the other. Here's a funky one. You can see we've got this handmade scroll handle. It's kind of fairy tale like. It actually is very comfortable. Like, this feels good. I have not swung this axe, but I kind of want to swing it. It's got eye ridges, so it's a no name, was probably a paper label. It's got some gun bluing, and then the bit is very sharp and is left in the raw steel. So this one comes out of a friend of mine, Chris's collection, and he hung this and made this handle. So I don't know, probably 2 1/4 pound. Next we got a Collins Hudson Bay, your traditional Hudson Bay pattern, on a 18-inch handle, I believe. Yeah, it's got a stain. It's stained. I like this one. It's pretty sharp. 2 pounds. Next one is another Chris special out of his collection. You can see a hand-carved handle, green on the bottom. It's got this funky shoulder. We can see that. This is a Collins 2 1/4 pound with a walnut wedge. This one's got a couple gaps in the eye and the top. I don't know if that's just a humidity thing. The head's tight. I have not swung this axe, but yeah, it's pretty sharp and in really good shape. I wouldn't hesitate swinging it, and if it loosens, to retighten it up. Next is a plum. This one I shared on Instagram in a reel. This has crazy figure in the handle. This looks to be a vintage handle. I'm not sure. The grain orientation is really nice. It's hung tight. It's got some epoxy in the top of the eye, or some glue or something like that. But this is stamped on the back is Blishmeis, which was a plumbing company, a hardware company. So plum on this side, Blishmeis on this side, and a beautiful, beautiful handle. Next So we got a cedar pattern. We don't get these much in Wisconsin. This one's on a vintage handle. It's definitely an older handle. It comes to a point kind of in the front here, and I really like how it feels. So this is a Shipley diamond edge, and it says diamond edge forged steel on it. Hung tight. Like I said, this isn't that common up north here. This is a southern axe pattern. The handle does have some dings, some little bit of checking in the base, but overall a really, really great piece that I'm excited to have pass through our hands. The Black Raven Michigan pattern. I think it weighed out at 3 pounds 9 ounces. I can't remember. It says on the site. Yeah, that's just really, really good shape on this. I know it's a little wash out with this light, but the bit's good. I'm excited to have this. We don't have too many Black Ravens in this good a shape pass through. We've had a few on hand, but this one's in very good shape, and the pole isn't all mushroomed over, and the edge hasn't been damaged in any way. Here we got a Collins 2 1/4 again, 18-inch handle, and then this one comes with leather. This one's crazy sharp. So if you're looking for a camp axe, this is like the perfect camp axe. This came out of Chris's collection also, and he painted the head with what he found was closest to Collins blue, and built himself a camp axe. A lot of his axes are camp based for setting up a base camp and squirrel camping or squirrel hunting and such. So here is a OVB, our very best, which turned into True Value, on a octagonalized 19-inch handle, 18-inch handle. It's got a plumb take-up screw in the top, which is kind of funny, and the handle's pretty beat up through here from overstrikes. But if this axe could tell stories, it would have a lot. So mushrooming and the pole has been kind of ground away. It looks like a while ago, and the finish on the head looks like it might have been dipped in some evaporust or something. So this is a great restoration piece. Maybe you can save the handle, maybe not, but another one that you don't see much, you don't see often. I don't know if you can see the OBB there, but like I said, there's product photos on the site, on the auction site. You can reference those. We got a plumb boys axe head. This is a plumb, round cornered plumb. The pole's super straight, and the bit is full. It's not razor sharp, but you could definitely hang this and just use it right how it is. So, remnants of black paint on the top and bottom. Really like patina. So we got that. This is a Collins Legitimus boys axe. Very sharp, straight handle. Hung with some sort, I think it's an oak wedge. It's super tight. The handle's been stained. It's got a closed hang, so the head tips down a little bit. I've swung this one. This one feels good to swing. So I'm gonna be sad to see this one go, but we gotta pass them on. Here's a hewing hatchet, which is a True Temper. It says number TC, model number, and it also on the blade here, it says Rock Island Line. So the Rock Island Line is in Illinois, in central Illinois, so this is a Midwestern and Illinois specific hewing hatchet, which would have been on the rail. The claw has been taken down, so it must have broke on one side and has been taken down, so that has been modified, but it is a very clean job. This is a very clean head, very nice hang. I'm a big fan of this hatchet. We got a plumb Boy Scouts which has got their logo on it with the Be Prepared. It's hung tight, just basic scout hatchet. So if you're looking for a gift for a scout in your life, there you go. Plum National, these are popular, of course. This has got stamped genuine plum, and then the Boy Scouts emblem on the other side. This would be, oh, and it's on the original handle. The top of the handle is pretty chunked up, but it does say official Scout axe. This is the smaller of the Plum Nationals. So, yeah, it's the original hang. It's pretty boogered up on the top, but as far as the handle goes, and the pull does have some damage. Great restoration project. Great for, again, a Scout that you're looking for a gift for. Let's look at this little guy. This is a Craftsman sportsman's hatchet. Oftentimes mistaken as a salesman sample, which it is not. This would have been able to be carried like in your pocket or in your bag, and also known as a sounding hatchet. Guys would use them to rap trees to see if they're hollow. So again, original handle says Craftsman on it. The head says Craftsman, and I don't come across these much, couple a year maybe. And yeah, excited to have this on the site. We did put this handle into production at one point. Because the pattern is so tiny, we had issues with it, and I hope to get that fixed so we can get that back into production for replacement handles. Here's a half hatchet, Plum half hatchet on a original Plum handle with Permabond in the eye. This is, it says Autograph Tools on this foil label, and on the bottom it says AH2. So a great representation of a Plum half hatchet, and it's got a nice square bit. Working tool right there. You can take that to work tomorrow. Here's a keen cutter. This one's got a little bit of surface rust. It was polished at one point, and it's very, very sharp. It says Shipley's keen cutter, made in USA. It's hung tight. It's got a little steel dowel stuck in it. I don't know much to say about this one besides that as far as the condition goes, it's in very good shape, but it does look like a little bit of humidity got to it since it's been polished. So, pull is square. Again, great representation of a keen cutter hatchet, and like I said, very sharp. Marion. This is a new old stock, the Leader, which is a Marion Tool Company brand. Painted handle, which is in really, really good shape. Painted head. There's a little bit of surface rust on the bit because it's got a polished face. This thing's like 60 years old, at least 70 years old. So, you know, we're looking at that little bit of rust being the only thing that's touched this thing, which is pretty awesome. You can see that top of the eye is all painted. It's got, looks like a steel step wedge in there. And there's a little sticker on the handle that says, for outdoor service, fully tempered. So again, one of those pieces, it's not like we're gonna have another one of these come through the warehouse, probably ever again. This has got a scroll handle. Look at that. This is a 36-inch handle. You know, and this is one of the handles that we took inspiration for the 30C on. So this is a Winchester head, steel wedge. It's got some sort of exotic wood wedge in there. The toe's worn down a little bit, but man, this thing feels good. I'd like to split some wood with this. It looks like it's been oiled and buffed. There's a little bit of curl in this, a little bit of figure in this handle. And again, like perfect axe to hang on the wall or take out to the wood pile. We've got, the next one is a True Temper Kelly Perfect. It's pinned right through here, dowel pinned on a 36-inch handle. Look at that. Look at that bit. Beveled. And it is stamped 4 on the pole, which you rarely see. The pole usually gets beat up from people smashing them with sledgehammers or using the axe as a sledgehammer. So, all original, True Temper Kelly Perfect. Pretty pumped about that. And last, but certainly not least, is the Plum on a 30C handle. This is our handle that we sold to this gentleman, and he hung this Plum on it, and then we bought part of his collection, and this one came back to us. So it's hung pretty tight on it looks like a walnut wedge, and yeah, it's been stained and buffed, oiled. This one feels good. So I know that it's like, wow, you just said every single one of those is really good, and that's just because this first auction we were like, yeah, let's pick, you know, the cream of the crop out of this one. We've got a couple more collections coming in September, October, November, but for now, what we have on hand, we've got a few hundred vintage axes here, and I wanted to really curate a good list of things that are in really good shape, that are kind of desirable, things that maybe you guys would be fighting over on eBay, but on our site there's going to be less eyes on it, and I want to provide my community, the Whiskey River community, with vintage axes. We have the ability to buy collections from local folks here in Wisconsin, and so if you guys are on the coast, sometimes it's harder to find stuff. And the cedar pattern is a perfect example. That's not something that we ever see in Wisconsin, but it came in a collection. So if you're not down in Texas or down in the desert seeing that cedar pattern, we're able to get our hands on it and offer to you guys. So it's a little clunky on the sign up process. You can click the link in the description or in our bio and head over to it. You're gonna need to register to bid. This isn't like, it's just like eBay, or it's just like any other equipment auction site. You register to bid, and then that's only a one-time thing. So when we launch multiple auctions in the future, like we're planning on doing once a month, you'll already be registered for that. So register once, and then you can just sign up for that auction to get updates in the future. So don't think that it's gonna be clunky every single time. It will need to verify your identification and all of that, because obviously we're gonna be taking payment. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us. But it's pretty straightforward, and we're really, really, really excited about this project. I hope the auctions are more curated in the future, and maybe we'll do like a Kelly auction. I know that we have a lot of axe shipping crates, and we would like to do an axe crate auction. And eventually I want to help the community out with this and be able to have some makers do some auctions with us. And then also maybe, I don't know, I've been kicking around the idea of maybe doing one with reject council tool stuff or things that we have around our shop. We have done auctions on Instagram previously, and those auctions did well, and those were customer returns, things that we might have used for promo for like a video, and we can't sell as brand new, but they're still a great tool. So we'll hopefully be able to do one of those in the near future also. So stay tuned. Thank you for everybody who has signed up. I've been seeing the signups come through, and I'm super grateful for that. And stay tuned. If today it is available for anyone who is signed up to start pre-bidding, you can submit your bid, and then on Friday auction goes live. On Sunday, stay tuned to the newsletter, stay tuned to Instagram and Facebook. But on Sunday we will have the last hour will be live. I will be attempting to be an auctioneer and close the bids out. I can't promise it's gonna be like that every time, but this time I'm gonna pretend to be an auctioneer. So I don't really know how that's gonna work, but stay tuned if you wanna see how that works and see how clunky it is and see how awkward it is for us to work through it. Join in, and we'll be doing videos like this for every other auction that we do down the road. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel and Instagram and Facebook for updates on future auctions. So be good, stay sharp, and talk to you soon.